Welcome back, Love Nation. This is Nina. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to this channel. Please hit that thumbs up as well as that notification bell. Now, I am going to spend the rest of this video discussing this grossly disgusting, crazy story that is entailing this lawsuit between Tiffany Haddish, Arie Spears, and Jane Doe and John Doe, defendants whom were underage at the time of these incidents. This story is going viral, and I am very surprised at these allegations. I am reading the story. This is from, I believe it was from Washington Post. Trigger warning, you guys. Like I said, leave a comment below. And I'm definitely going to be following this story and come back probably with a part two later. During their childhoods, Jane Doe and her younger brother, say Tiffany Haddish, Auntie Tiff is what they called her, the comedian, had met their mother through the comedian circuit and used to refer to the siblings as her niece and nephew. But in a lawsuit pro se on Monday night, in which Jane is an anonymous plaintiff on behalf of both herself and her brother, who was a minor, the siblings allege that the Haddish and her fellow comic Arie Spears recruited each of them to perform inappropriate acts on camera when they were children. Jane Doe, now 22, and her younger brother John, now 15, have adopted pseudonyms due to their respective ages at the time of the allegations. Jane, who is also John's legal guardian, is the plaintiff in the lawsuit, both individually and on her minor brother's behalf. The siblings' complaint, which names Tiffany Haddish and Mad TV alum Arie Spears as defendants, centers on two alleged incidents in which Haddish and Spears allegedly encouraged one of the siblings to perform acts on camera while underage. Representatives for Spears and Haddish did not respond to the Daily Beast's request for comment. Jane was 14 years old when her alleged video shoot took place, and John was 7. Their mother alleges that she and Haddish met through comedy and bonded over a shared source of strife. We were both going through a divorce, the mother told the Daily Beast. Messy, messy, messy divorce. We just got really super close, according to the lawsuit. Tiffany Haddish called the family for every birthday, every Christmas. The siblings' mother noted that for years, Tiffany Haddish reliably checked in, whether that be from a movie set or overseas. In the summer of 2013, when Jane was 14 years old, the lawsuit states that she attended a comedy camp where Tiffany Haddish appeared as a guest speaker. Around that time, Haddish allegedly told the child that she found the perfect role for her very own commercial. Neither Jane nor her mother knew what the shoot would entail, according to the lawsuit. Only Tiffany Haddish and Arie Spears, who was also on hand to produce the video, are said to have known the plot. The clip of Spears and Haddish asked Jane to watch in the recording booth allegedly seemed innocuous at first, if a little strange. A group of co-eds were arguing over a Subway sandwich, but then the co-eds began eating the sandwich in a suggestive manner from opposite ends, moaning and making adult noises as they both ate the sandwich in a manner that simulated the act of fellatio, per the lawsuit. The complaint claims that Arie Spears told Jane to mimic what she had seen on the screen, including the noises, precisely like what she heard throughout the video. The 14-year-old, who was allegedly nervous and disgusted, fell silent until Tiffany Haddish returned to the room, the lawsuit claims. Tiffany Haddish verbally explained what was expected of plaintiff Jane Doe, and then showed plaintiff Jane Doe how to give fellatio, include movements, noises, moaning, and groaning, the lawsuit states. At that point, Jane told the Daily Beast, I knew 100% what they wanted out of me. The lawsuit describes Arie Spears allegedly looking on while a physically, emotionally, and mentally uncomfortable Jane received this instruction. I tried to mimic what they wanted me to mimic, but it was still came out just super uncomfortable, Jane told the Daily Beast. I knew when I left the booth that I didn't complete what they had wanted me to do. Tiffany Haddish paid Jane $100, the lawsuit claims, before sending her home. At the time, Jane said, she tried to shrug it off what happened. I didn't confide in my mom. I didn't confide in nobody else about how weird I felt at that moment, she said. A year later, Haddish allegedly approached the children's mother with a similar pitch, recruiting Jane's little brother, John, for another video. Although the comedian allegedly told the family John will be filming a sizzle reel for Nickelodeon, the suit alleges the 7-year-old wound up starring in a video posted on Funny or Die and other online platforms titled Through the P Word's Eyes. A representative for Funny or Die told the Daily Beast in a statement, Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce such content. We were not involved with the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to the site as a user-generated content and was removed in 2018 immediately after becoming aware of its existence. Both siblings allegedly attended the shoot, which the lawsuit claims took place in Arie Spears' home. Jane said Tiffany Haddish's behavior changed once the children arrived at the home, no longer in the company of their mother. It was like a whole 180 almost, she told the Daily Beast. Tiffany had never been mean to me, never raised her voice to me, until this point. According to the lawsuit, the children were separated during the shoot. Jane recalls that Tiffany Haddish told her to remain on the couch downstairs while her brother's shoot took place upstairs. The Daily Beast has reviewed a recording of the video in which Haddish plays the boy's guardian and leaves him with Spears, who plays the P word. John spends most of the video clad only in his underwear as Spears' character leers at him through 2 holes cut into a newspaper he pretends to read. During the sketch, the camera zooms in suggestively on the 7-year-old's parts while he plays. Arie Spears Arie Spears put baby oil on John, giving him a massage on his shoulders in one scene, and at another point, the child plays with a train in a manner that suggests adult stuff. In another sequence, Arie Spears smokes a cigarette while observing the child in a bathtub and pours water at his feet. By the time the video ends, the child is peering at his babysitter through a newspaper and rubbing baby oil on his shoulder. The final line on screen is, "Watch who you leave your kids with." Wow, this is crazy. Once filming ended, the lawsuit states John Doe called his mother crying, saying that he did not want to film anymore. When her brother came downstairs, Jane recalled he was red in the face, crying his eyes out, just bawling out in tears. And I'm immediately scared because I don't know what happened to him. When that happened, the only thing I could feel was how I felt in the video with Tiffany, Jane added later. I didn't know at the time if anything happened with him like what happened to me, but I just felt like something wasn't right with that at the moment. The sibling's mother was immediately alarmed when she received a phone call from her crying son, and the answers she allegedly received from Tiffany Haddish did little to reassure her. She said something to the effect of, "I don't think acting is for him," the mother recalled, and I'm like, "What the F you mean acting isn't for him? My son is crying. Like, what is going on?" The sibling's mother allegedly spent the next week contacting Arie Spears and asking to see the footage of her son. Spears allegedly kept repeating that it had not been edited yet. Eventually, the lawsuit states that Spears claimed John had been so uncooperative that his footage had been deemed unusable and subsequently deleted. 4 years later, however, the gossip website Bossip published an article about Spears that described the sketch. It was then, for the first time, that John's mother said she became aware of what had actually been filmed. All the trauma, all the memories, all the anxiety and depression and guilt and shame and fear. I felt like all those emotions were triggered when this video situation came to a head. I found out that she had violated such a sacred trust. I trusted her with my children. That is what pushed me over the edge. Both Jane and John Doe continue to live with the trauma of what they endured, the lawsuit states. Jane allegedly struggles to trust people and has developed a social disorder that prevents socializing. She feels constant remorse, knowing that she was only a few feet away when Arie Spears was doing bad things to her little brother in another room, according to the lawsuit. As Jane put it, "I don't date guys. I don't have any relations with them. I'm not your regular 22-year-old who is partying, having fun, hooking up and stuff." Her little brother, meanwhile, allegedly places band-aids over cameras on all his electronics due to an ongoing fear of being watched and recorded. The lawsuit lists 8 causes of action. Spears and Haddish are both accused of intentional infliction of emotional distress, gross negligence, battery, harassment, abuse of a minor. Haddish is further accused of negligent supervision, failure to warn, breach of fiduciary duty, constructive fraud. The lawsuit seeks general and special damages as well as any appropriate statutory damages. Okay, so that is the article, you guys, and that is very disturbing. This is the first time that I'm reading it and getting this information.